What is good, YouTube? It's your boy KingDezire coming to you guys with a new YouTube video here on Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. And it's been a while, but we're back. We're getting into it. I'm going to try to be getting these videos out as much as I can. And today we're going to be discussing what I think are some of the best settings in Cold War to use currently. I'm going to give you guys two different settings that you guys can use, I find, to help me play the game just a tad bit better while I'm grinding the game. If you guys don't know, I'm live on Twitch every day for 8 to 9 hours a day, twitch.tv//KingDezire. But I'm gonna show you guys right here. These are the settings I'm currently running. I am on PC, so it may look a little different if you're playing on the next generation consoles or even on the Xbox One and PS4. Right here, as you guys can see, for those of you PC guys out here, this is what I'm using. Now right here is what I want to get into, one of the first biggest changes you can make. Now this feature is new on the next generation consoles this year, and even old generation consoles this year, is they're giving us an FOV slider. Now if you guys run it at 60, as you can see, you see less, you'll see like a really zoomed in kind of. 80 is about where consoles are before there was an FOV slider. So you could pretty much, I would suggest definitely bumping this up to around 95 to 110. Those seem to be like the really good sweet spots. But another thing you can do, and this is what I've actually been testing with lately, and it seems to feel pretty nice, is I would go to 120 FOV. That way you get the maximum peripherals, and then switch it from ADS field of view from affected to independent. That way when you zoom in, you get the full benefits of zooming in while still having the wide FOV. So it's pretty much, both of these are good. There's both pros and cons to using either. Independent being more zoomed in, so it might be a little weird to get used to. Affected giving you that like impression that your guns don't have recoil, which is why a lot of people tend to run that. I mean, it's solely visual. I mean, you still do have recoil, it just kind of feels like you don't. Now the rest of the settings here for my dudes on PC, go through this quick. All right. Now let's get to the audio, which for audio, I don't run 50. I only use this when I'm playing zombies because, you know, it's loud. But what I would recommend is definitely putting your master volume on 100, your sound effects on 100, your music. You can honestly drop this to 0 if you wanted to. It's really personal preference. I kind of keep it on just because, you know, why not? Your dialogue volume, this is kind of important because you can hear characters and enemies calling out. Like sometimes they your character will speak, letting you know that something's going on in some area of the map, so it could be useful, but it really hasn't benefited me much. Cinematic's volume, pretty much that's those little intro cutscenes that come up. So for presets, I would highly recommend either bass boost or super bass boost. They're both really good. It just kind of depends on you. I personally think super bass boost is way better, but it's just me. For interface, nothing really important here. And here we go. So for controller, there's two different ways you can go about this, and two different recommendations I have based off of testing. I've tested out all the different sensitivities from 4 to 8. I find 6.6 seems to be the most consistent for me. When it comes to ADS low zoom, there's obviously two you can go with. 1.1 seems to be really good, but what I would recommend, 0.75, 0.765, 0.75, and that right there is I've used for years, but this COD seems to be a little bit more weird, and it heavily relies on you being able to turn around and get the quick jump on somebody. So I haven't really used it as much, but it's really good. Now I've been messing around with it again lately, and it seems to be doing its job. You know, so I would definitely recommend that, or you can just stay at 1, you know, or you can go like you can go like 88.75, which would be good too. It kind of really just depends on what you're used to, and you know, whatever's most comfortable for you. For button layout, I go with tactical. Everything else is almost the same. I did change my mantle behavior because I find myself auto mantling on top of random things during gunfights, and it's gotten me killed a lot. So one of those things where it's like, I think it's better to just do it on press rather than automatic. Armor behavior doesn't really matter right now. My Dead zones, I put it on 10. I don't have stick drift, but for some reason when I put it lower, it seems a little too sensitive, and sometimes it causes me to kind of auto correct when I don't really need to. So like I'll tap it slightly and I'd miss some shots. Mainly that's because I'm still getting reused to controller again, but definitely keep this as low as you can go. It definitely is good if you can get used to it. I'm just playing on it a little bit higher because, you know, still adjusting to controller again. Everything else is pretty much default. Sprint cancels reload is also really important. It allows you to kind of cancel out some of the reload animation if you could time it right. It doesn't work all the time, but it's definitely useful. So I hope these settings did kind of help you guys. I plan on making some class videos here shortly. But if you guys are interested, these are my stats. Level 100, almost 10,000 kills, 2.07 KD, 720 score per minute. You guys have it. I hope you guys enjoyed. If it helped you, drop a like. If it didn't, you can drop a dislike. Let me know in the comment section below, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen.